So Upper Marlboro's newest premier 55 plus lifestyle neighborhood literally just opened up for sales last week. And when I say last week, I'm talking about last week as in August of 2025, depending on when you're watching this video. And we're right here on site to give you the full tour of not only the homes, but also the community and the amenities that are going to be coming soon to this brand new community. Now, speaking of homes, you're going to have 7 different models to choose from. You're going to have villa style homes and you're also going to have single family homes with base pricing starting off at $475,000. So today we're going to tour those homes, talk about the community as well. And most importantly, we're going to be discussing some details and guidelines of this community so you can decide if this brand new 55 plus community in Upper Marlboro is the right fit for you. And we're getting after it right now. So Upper Marlboro's newest 55 plus active adult community with resort style amenities is located right here in Parkside at Westphalia. It's the latest addition to the list of communities at Parkside at Westphalia, and it's actually the only 55 plus active adult community here. We're right off Route 4, giving you quick access to DC, Baltimore, and Northern Virginia using the Capital Beltway 495. And you're also just down the road from the Westphalia Town Center that's currently being constructed, which will bring even more shops, restaurants, and conveniences once all that's complete. You're also close to the nearest hospital, MedStar Health Medical Center at Mitchellville, which is only about 15 minutes away. Now, let's talk about the amenities that you'll have access to. We actually have 2 different types of amenities for this community. First, we have the amenities that are for all the communities at Parkside, including Victoria Park. There are 2 pools, a 25-meter competition pool and a 4,000 square foot recreation pool. And right next to the pools is a club at Parkside, which is a 15,000 square foot clubhouse. Unfortunately, I could not get inside to show you what it looks like because, of course, I'm not a resident, but inside the clubhouse, you'll find a gym, a meeting room, youth game rooms, and a sports lounge on the first floor. The second floor has a large community space with a kitchen for event cooking and catering. You'll also find trails just like this one all throughout the community. In addition to all this is also the anticipated 150-acre Central Park in Westphalia, which is really going to be the heart of the community. It's going to be a huge green space with even more trails and plenty of room to relax or stay active. Plans include an amphitheater, a pond, sports areas. So it's really going to be a go-to spot for everyone in the Parkside community and surrounding neighborhoods. Now, even though these amenities are not directly in the 55 plus section, Victoria Park, you still have access to them as a Parkside resident in general, and they're included in your HOA fees. So I actually did a walk test, and all these amenities is exactly 0.4 miles from Victoria Park to the clubhouse. So it's about a 5 to 7 minute walk, depending on how fast you walk. So not that long of a distance to get to these amenities. Now let's talk about the amenities that will actually be on site exclusively for Victoria Park. Now, these haven't been built yet, but they will be as the community progresses. You're going to have 8 miles of nature trails. You're going to have outdoor exercise stations, bocce ball courts, a dog park, a landscaped picnic pavilion, outdoor sitting areas, and even a butterfly garden. So now that we've seen all the amenities, let's check out the homes. So if you stumbled across this video, I'm assuming that's most likely because you're interested in Maryland, DC, and Virginia real estate. My name is Bashir, and I have the privilege of assisting families and individuals with their home buying and selling goals in the DMV area. So if you have any plans of buying or selling a home in DC, Maryland, or Virginia anytime soon, and you want to work with a professional who has a great understanding of the different towns, cities, and communities in the DMV area, you could always feel free to reach out to me, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. All contact details are below in the description and also pinned in the comments. Now, this neighborhood is called Victoria Park at Parkside. This neighborhood is one of the newest additions to the other small neighborhoods in the Westphalia area in Upper Marlboro. If you drive around, you're probably going to see a lot of newer townhomes and estate-style homes built by different builders. But this community was being built by DRB Homes, and they literally just started. As you can see, this is all greenery behind me, and this is all this land right here is going to be homes, the amenities that they're going to build because they haven't built the amenities yet. Really something to look forward to. They've started building some of the villas, which we're going to take a look at. And the layout of this community is pretty simple. Over this side is where all the villa homes are going to be. And far off in the distance, that's where all the single family homes are going to be. Now, I think there are only going to be 19 of these villa style homes. And the majority of the homes in this community are going to be single family residences. So you're going to have well over 100 single family residences, but only about 19 of these villas. And I'm shocked that the ratio is so large between the single family homes and the villas, but that's how they're constructing this community. A few of these homes are already for sale and ready to go, and they're also going to be building on the lots as well. So let's walk a bit further down and let's check out the first home of the day, which is going to be one of the villa style homes starting off at $475,000. So the first home of the day are these villa style homes right behind me. They're going to have three different styles of these villa style homes, three different models. The first model, which is the one we're going to be taking a look at, is called the Connect model. It starts off at $494,900. Now, the home that starts off at $475,000 is the Awaken model. They don't have an actual model built for that home that you can actually come and visit. So we're going to be looking at this one priced at $494,000. They also have another model for the villa style homes called the Flow model. That one starts off at $505,000. It's 2 to 3 bedrooms, 2 to 3 full baths, 1.5 bath, and they range from about 2,100 to 2,800 square feet with a 2-car garage. The Connect model, which is what we're going to be looking at, is 2 to 3 bedrooms, 2 to 3 full baths, 1.5 bath, and they range from 2,000 to about 2,800 square feet, priced at $495,000. Also comes with a 1-car garage. So let's go in and take a look. Okay, so I'm excited for this one because DRB is one of my favorite builders when it comes to, their products. So as you can see here, we're gonna have our driveway, landscaping. Okay. So as we walk into the home, the first thing we have here on the left, there's a powder room, which is great because it's pretty tucked away from the kitchen, right? So I know a lot of people don't like powder rooms by the kitchen. So there we go. Over here was just our 1-car garage. Or it's going to be the 1-car garage. It's used as the sales office right now. And for the floors we have, these feel like luxury vinyl plank floors. I'm guessing that's what they are. We've got a lot of storage right here in this storage closet. And look at these high ceilings. Extremely high. Okay, over here we've got this, do I want to call this a butler's pantry? You've got additional cabinet space. I'm not sure if you can use this for like a work area just because the length of the countertop is not, it's kind of narrow, right? So we step over here into our kitchen, dining and living room combo. And we have single tone cabinetry going on. I actually like this oak color that they have. Built-in gas stove. We've got the double oven. And I think this double oven is going to be some sort of an add-on. I was talking to one of the builders reps earlier and she did mention that that's going to be an add-on. So, okay, here we have this large farmhouse sink that actually comes in black. So I like that little touch of black. Most of these farmhouse sinks, they're usually white. So it just gives you a nice color contrast. And then over here, we've got our pantry. It's pretty large. Over here, we've got our coffee bar station with additional cabinet space. Okay. We've got cabinet space at the bottom as well. And These appliances are GE, by the way. All right, let's see what's back here. This is our laundry room. Which connects to the bedroom. We'll check that out in a second. Over here we have our dining room. And right here we have our coat closet. So depending on how the plumbing was set up, I'm pretty sure they could have made this into the powder room and switched the coat closet and put it down there. But I guess it might be a good idea just to have it down there anyway, because that would be, you know, based on my experience, just talking to people and also reading the comments on these videos I make, people don't seem to like the powder room to be so close to the kitchen. But anyway, living room. I think these style of ceilings might be an add-on as well. I don't think it comes standard with the home. Fireplace. And we've got this tile that goes all the way up to the ceiling. So we step over here, got our back porch, which is not an add-on. This is included in the base price. They did tell me that the screening portion of it would be an add-on, right? So not sure what's going to be built in this rare area, if it's going to be homes as well, if it's going to be trails. I'm guessing, my best bet, this is just going to be, you know, this is going to be county property, I think. Just open space. I might be wrong. I don't know. But this is a nice cozy area, you know. Screen this in, prevent those bugs from coming in. Because it's great to have this outdoor space, this outdoor patio, but in the summertime when you got to deal with the mosquitoes and the lantern flies and all those things, kind of gets annoying. Okay, so we have our main bedroom on the first level. This is the owner's suite, right? On the first level of the home. Now, I know you did see when we walked in, we had stairs going up. So this is a 2-level home, but the owner's suite is on the first level, right? Nice, spacious, and bright bedroom. And wow, these light fixtures actually come pretty low. Interesting. Okay. And check out the bathroom. Nice and spacious. We've got a dual vanity sink over here with a good distance between the two sinks. Got a window right there for, you know, some extra light. And to the right here, we've got the toilet. Okay. Walk-in shower. So no tubs, allows for easy access. We've also got the built-in soap holders. Forgot what they call those. They've got a technical name for it. Okay, so decent amount of you know, cabinet space at the bottom here under the vanity. Okay. We've got the nice light fixtures in the closet. Check out this walk-in closet. It's a good size. And you have your laundry room over here. All right, with the tile floors. So everything you need for day-to-day living is on the first level. You've got the kitchen, laundry, closet, the bedroom is over there. So even though it is a 2-level home, the concept of this is that this second level upstairs here is going to be for guests. That's what I'm thinking, just because of how it's laid out, right? So up here, we've got another bar area with the wine cooler. We've got cabinet space. We've got this, I don't want to call this a movable island right here. I mean, of course, it's just staging, but it gives you an idea of what the space could be used for, right? Over here, we've got, okay, so this is just storage. And yeah, that's just here. So, I mean, hey, they've got a lot of insulation there, so that's a good sign. Okay. What do we have here? This is our utility room. So you get the concept. This is where you're gonna send your guests. Usually in a traditional home, right? You would send your guests in the basement, or they'll share the upper level with you. So if you had a home that had maybe 4 bedrooms on the third level, on the main level, right? You let your guests have one of the bedroom upstairs, but with these homes, you basically send the guests upstairs. So this is gonna be a guest bathroom, and this is also gonna be the guest bedroom. Yep, they've got carpet in here. Closet. Okay. So how do you know what the affordability on all these homes are going to look like, especially if you currently own a home? So the most important first step, you're going to have to figure out what your home could potentially sell for. If you still have a mortgage, you want to know how much money you're actually going to be walking away with if you were to sell your home to buy a home in this community, after all selling fees, including your mortgage, has been paid off. And then you're probably going to need some sort of estimate on what the mortgage is going to be on this house if you put down a certain amount from what you're going to make from your current home. So if you wanted to know what that looks like for you, how much money you could extract from your current home after you sell it, and how much you would have to put down on a home in this community to get the mortgage payments to a low enough number that's comfortable for you every month, feel free to give me a call, contact me, and we can discuss how to get your current home sold to get you into this community. So all my contact details are down below in the description and also pinned in the comments. You can shoot me a call anytime, shoot me an email, shoot me a text. I'll be glad to walk you through that process. So let's head over to the other side of the community where the single family homes are located and take a look at those 2 models. Okay, so for the single family homes, they're going to have 4 different models. They have models starting off at $565,000. So the 2 models starting off at $565,000 and I think around $575,000 haven't been built yet, but they do have homes starting off in that range. Now, the one we're going to be looking at is the Adventurer, which is a 2-level home, and also the Virtuoso, which is a 1-level home. So we're going to take a look at the 2-level home first. These start from 2 to 3 bedrooms, 2 to 3 bathrooms, and they can be as low as 2,000 square feet or as high as 2,800 square feet, starting off at $595,000 with 2-car garage. Let's go on and check it out. Okay. So let's see what the single family homes have to offer. All right, so as we can see, same finishing throughout. I guess these are going to be the standard floors. And we have our first bedroom right as we walk in. And of course, this is going to be some sort of guest bedroom, right? Well, I mean, got pretty decent cabinet space. Your guests are going to be really comfortable. Probably more comfortable than you want. It's gonna be hard to get them out if they're this comfortable. Okay, we've got a full bathroom. On the first level. Over here is the entry from the garage. Okay. And this is just storage. And over here is dining room. And I'm wondering if this could be turned into some sort of a study, or it could probably use as a study, or both. Okay. Okay, so we've got a lot of things to talk about with this open area, right? We've got our living room. They have these built-in shelves. They got the fireplace. Okay, and then over here we've got our kitchen. And as you can see, they've taken the cabinets all the way up to the ceiling. Okay. Gas stove, we've got the pot filler and the vented hood. Right here now in the villa homes that we toured, we didn't have this. They had the stove and then they had the microwave right above it. I don't recall seeing this. So over here we've got our dining area. Nice large center island. Again, they went with the black coating for the farmhouse sink. Dishwasher. Okay, I like the touch of blue veining in the countertops as well. You've got additional storage space underneath. And let's talk about this lovely back porch for a second. Okay, there we go. We've got the bugs. Okay, so beautiful back porch. Again, this is not an add-on. However, if you were to screen this off, that's going to be an additional cost. But this comes standard with the home. Really beautiful sitting area. You've got this fireplace over here. I'm not sure if this is going to be an add-on. Would have to find that out. Oh, geez, they've got wasp nest. Okay. Step away from that. I'm not trying to get bit. I'm just trying to show this house and this community. All right. So, okay, we've got a little bit of grass for your pets to run around. And yeah, so they're gonna be houses all over here. So, you know, this view is gonna be gone. Not sure how much sunlight is still gonna be able to, you know, come through when the homes are built, but I guess we'll see. And this is already my favorite part of the house. They've got the outdoor fans for when it gets a little bit toasty in the summers like right now. Okay. And now we have our main bedroom, which also has access to the back porch, right? So you have this glass door, see-through. You just have to put up some blinds and get that privacy. And it's just a window. Okay, let's check out our bathroom. Nice long vanity. Of course, you've got the his and her sink. And these ceilings in this home, they're actually pretty high. All right. Over here, we've got the toilet with the privacy. Oh, no, that's not the toilet. That is the toilet. So this is just a linen closet. You can see how tall these doors are. Okay, you've got the shower with the seating area. Okay. And I think the length of this vanity is standard to DRV homes, because every time I go in their homes, whether it's a community like this in a 55 plus neighborhood, or it's just your standard community, in the main bedrooms, they always have this long vanity. All right, so this is our closet, walk-in closet. And then laundry room. And this just wraps all the way around. Oh, let me not, moving too fast there. Okay, we've got wash basin, storage, more storage in the form of shelving. And of course that wallpaper is just, I'm assuming staging. Over here we've got additional storage here. This just wraps around. So remember when we came into the house, this is the garage, and we just go right around and we'll head upstairs. Again, the first level is for the owners. This top level here is going to be for guests, right? This is an entertainment area, so sort of like a basement. It's just flip-flop. They put it on the top level. All right. We've got this work area, which I actually like this. This is kind of creative. And this is not staging, by the way, because this is an actual countertop. As you can see, it's built into the wall, right? Okay, that's nice. And then we've got sort of a secondary living room. So in your traditional home, this will have the same utility as a basement, right? It serves the same purpose. And of course, we also have a full bedroom and a full bathroom for the guests right here. Then we've got our bathroom. Okay. So, quite a different vibe from the villa home. Of course, it's a single family home, so it's a lot wider. And I really love this back porch area, minus the bugs and all the wasps from the back. So let's head over to the adjacent home, which is the one level home. Let's check that out and see what it has to offer. Okay, so this is the Virtuoso model. I'll put all the pricing details and how many bedrooms and bathrooms could be built in the home right below on the screen. So let's check it out. As I mentioned, this is the one level model. So let's see how it compares to the other one. Okay, so similar concept. When you walk in, you have a bedroom to the right, and in the other home, the closets were on this side, and that's just been switched. It's on the left side of the room. All right. So same theme. Bathroom, although I feel like this model gets a bit more sunlight than the first. One. Okay. So they've got pantry. Coffee bar to the left here with additional cabinet space. Same concept with the island, and they've got the farmhouse sink with the white. That's the more traditional look. Okay. Lots of countertop space here. Goes all around. And you've got the additional space with the island. Okay, so as we can see here, microwave. We don't have the vented hood right above the gas stove. And this double oven, this is going to be an upgrade for this particular model. All right. So our living room, these tray ceilings are going to be upgrades as well. Then we have a porch. Now this one is as you can see, it's smaller than the other one, right? This one is screened in. This screening in is going to be an add-on. Okay, we've got an office right here. And I love the design, especially with the see-through doors. You know, it just gives the house that character, because these look like, you know, older doors that you find in homes built in the 80s, but these are, you know, these are brand new. They just got some sort of a vintage, you know, style and feel to it. All right, we got our laundry room. And then we've got the owner's bedroom. Owner's suite. So we've got a true one level setup right here. Everything is on one level. Check that out. We've got 3 windows in the bathroom. Our nice long walk-in closet. Okay. And over here, let's see. Okay, you've got this cute little bar area, which is, it's nice, it's creative. And that's gonna be the garage. Now that we've seen the homes and we've talked about the community itself, let's talk about a few guidelines for the community. Let's start off with HOAs. So the villas are going to have different HOA fees compared to the single family homes. So I'll discuss how much those fees are and what those fees actually cover. Let's start off with the villas. The villas is $173 a month, and that's going to cover every single amenity. I'm going to put all the amenities right here on the screen or over here. It's going to cover the clubhouse, the trails. It's also going to cover lawn maintenance on your yard, so you're not going to be cutting any grass. It's going to cover trash, snow removal. And for the single family homes, the HOA fees are $190 per month, and they pretty much cover every single amenity that's also covered with the HOA fees for the villas. Now, the second thing, seeing that this is a 55 plus community, let's talk about how long can residents under the age of 55 live in your home? This question has two answers. So the first answer is anyone under the age of 55 can live with you for as long as they want, unless they are under the age of 18. So anyone 18 and under, they can only stay with you for 30 consecutive days at a time. Now, that's about half the time compared to other 55 plus communities that I've seen. Some other communities, they allow, folks under the age of 18 to stay with you for up to 60 consecutive days. So it's a 55 plus community. That's just what comes with the territory. Now, let's talk about a very common question that a lot of people have, seeing that they're going to be buying in a 55 plus community. And that question is, can I pass this home down onto my children when I do pass away? And the answer to that is, of course, yes, but they will have to follow certain guidelines. So if your children are 55 or older, of course, they can occupy the property if they wanted to. But if they were under the age of 55, they're either going to have to sell the property, or if they didn't want to sell the property and they wanted to keep it as an investment, they'll have to rent the property out to an individual who is 55 or older. So the answer is yes, of course, it's your property. You can pass it down to whoever you wanted to. They would just have to follow certain guidelines. So moving on, let's talk about the incentives that the builders are offering for buyers to be able to buy in this community. So they're offering up to $30,000 in closing cost assistance, because as you know, new construction could get pretty expensive on the closing cost side of things. If you're buying a regular resale home, your closing costs are roughly going to be around 3.5% of the purchase price. But with new construction, it can be up to 6%. So they're offering you closing cost assistance. Let's talk about pet policies and pet restrictions. Does this community have any pet restrictions? And from what I've been told, there are no pet restrictions as far as breed restrictions and also number of pets that a household can have. Now let's talk about home warranties. Of course, ERB, as with most home builders, are offering a 1-to-10 warranty. That means in the first year of ownership, they cover any cosmetic issues and workmanship defects. In the second year, they cover any defects with the major systems, HVAC, electrical, and plumbing. I shouldn't say in the second year, up to 2 years after purchase. And then up to 10 years after purchase, they cover any structural defects that, God forbid, happen with the home. So that's a few common questions that a lot of people have when buying in these 55 plus communities. And I know a lot of people tend to get really apprehensive about 55 plus communities. Buying in a 55 plus community is like buying in any other brand new construction community. The only rules are it's age restricted and it's 55 plus. That's the main difference with buying in a 55 plus community and your typical non-age restricted new construction community. So you've seen the homes, you've seen what's available to you. We've discussed guidelines for the community. You know about the amenities that are going to be coming soon. If you think this community might be the right fit for you and you have a home that you need to sell to be able to access funds to buy a home in this community, feel free to reach out to me. Even if you don't have a home to sell and you just want to, buy a home in this community, feel free to reach out to me as well. All my contact details are down below in the description and also pinned in the comments. I'll be happy to help you make that transition into Victoria Parkside. And until next time, catch you in the next neighborhood.